first song I actually wrote that I can actually say was an actual song was called Big John. That was a folk singer, so I wrote on a guitar. I was about 14 years old, but before that, I started notating at 9, classical music. It wasn't good, but I tried my best to notate classical music at 9. But the actual first song I wrote was 14 years old. It's called Big John, and it was like a folk tune. And it was for a reverend of a church that I went to. So that was the very first tune I wrote. Before I went to Berkeley, I had accumulated over 200 songs before I even went into Berkeley. That I'd written that many pieces of music before I got in there in the first place. To tell the truth, I mean, musically, I'm a sponge. I have an eclectic taste in music. So I mean, if you could say something, my father introduced me to jazz when I grew up. Used to bring home jazz records. I mean, and the record that really stood out to me was Oscar Peterson's Night Train album. Oh, that one came out in 1962. I used to play it over and over again. I was about 7 or 8 or around that age. That really did it for me. Then through the years, my brother, he has an eclectic taste because I had an older brother, and he used to bring home everything. I mean, we bring home the Beatles, Bobby Timmons, and plus he loved classical music. So I was pretty much exposed to a lot of things just through their environment, just being around them. And when I went to Berkeley, I learned how to listen and learned how to. I mean, that's one. If I didn't get anything out of Berkeley, of course, composition and all the theory, but the main thing I got out of Berkeley, I learned how to listen and learn how to appreciate things and learn how to listen for little nuances in music. That's what Berkeley taught me. Okay. My teachers that I had at Berkeley that really mentored me. I mean, I had some teachers there, but it wasn't the composition teachers. I mean, Dean Earl was my piano teacher. He was one of my piano teachers. Dean Earl played with Sonny Stitt, Charlie Parker, and things like that. I mean, he actually played on the piano one time, and I had tears come out my eyes. I said, I'll never be able to play like that. But he was influential to me. There were quite a few other teachers that were around, but I said I wouldn't say teachers, but it was just like being an influence of being around those musicians. As a teacher, I had Larry Monroe who took an interest in me. In fact, Lawrence Burke took an interest in me. I used to go up on Lawrence Burke and I had a connection with him. And I would go up there on Thursday. When you're young, you don't really have any fears. I would go up there every Thursday and just talk to him, and just go in his office and just talk to him. And then he would start to look forward to having me come there. He would have scores out on the page. I didn't know he was an arranger, and he had written for the new NBC Symphony Orchestra. He would show me his arrangements. He would go through all the stuff, and we were just two people just talking. And he would look forward to me coming every Thursday afternoon just talking to him. The song I wrote for the real book was called After the Show. The reason I wrote, I really don't have any reason why I wrote it, but I'll try to come up with one. Sometimes when I came out of concerts, and sometimes I wasn't, and the concerts were less than thrilling for me, this tune used to keep popping in my head. And so basically this is where the tune came from. So if I went to a song, like if I went to a concert, and I know I've gone to a few concerts and they didn't do much for me, and this tune just kind of popped in my head, it's straight ahead too. Well, basically we're going to play it as a quartet tonight, but basically it's like a band, it's a big band tune. Even though I'm rearranging it right now for a quartet, and if you listen, when it comes out on the CD, you won't hear the full big band, you'll hear horn sections. I have Fawzi Khalik, he's a saxophone player out of West Berlin, and he's actually doing the solo on it. The chord progressions, the 3 different things. I know I like to try to write interesting, at least that's what I'm attempting to do when I write. So there are 3 different sections on the ABC. You can call it ABC section or something like that, in the variation of a C1 or D1, something like that. But like it's an AB of a structured songs like that. But there are 3 different distinct sections on the tunes for piano section, piano solo, brief one. Then there's an extended sax solo, and Mike Boone is going to be doing a solo. Mike tears that up. So it's basically between the sax and the bass, and anybody else who does another section. I do a little small section in the B section. But one thing, like I said, we're going to hear tonight is a quartet, but it's really a horn tune. But we do what we can. You got Mike Boone on bass. I mean, why did I get Mike? If you're in Philadelphia, you know why you got Mike. Mike is a legend. I mean, he's an highly in-demand bass player. Everybody and their brother knows him. I'm fortunate to have Mike play on quite a few things with me, recordings. I've played with Mike for years, and being around him, he's a great teacher. And Harry Butch Reed, you can't find a better spirit than Harry. I mean, mean, he's so enthusiastic. I mean, he brings so much to the drums. And when the first time I heard Harry at the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival. I don't know if he knows that. I said, who is this cat playing? You know, he was playing with Lynn Riley. And I said, I got to play with him one day. And Harry, he's a consummate drummer. He brings so much of a positive vibe, and plus his musicianship is, unparalleled. And Anthony DeCarlo, last but least, I've been playing with Anthony just as long as I've been playing with Mike. And Anthony is one of the baddest cats out here because Anthony's background, Anthony is so versatile. I mean, he transitions from hip hop, R&B, straight ahead jazz to fusion with effortless. I mean, there's no effort in him. I mean, he just flows. He has so much in his young age. I don't want to tell him I put him on the spot how young he is, but for what he does, he just flows through it. You don't find too many people who can do anything as effortlessly as an Anthony. I mean, his background and his background is really unparalleled also. Now tonight we're going to be playing tunes from my first CD. We're putting maybe one or two tunes from the new CD on this, but primarily we're doing things from the first CD. And the first CD was a critically acclaimed CD. Inquirer gave it 3 out of 4 stars. It's been on Jazz Times. It's been top 10. Oh, the name of the CD, yes, Jazz Times, and the name of the CD is Feels Better Than It Sounds. Thank you. I was trying to think of that CD. It's been, like I said, we've gotten great reviews, and I'm pretty happy about it. And my new CD is going to be it's going to be different. I mean, it's going to be some elements of the things, but I don't like to repeat myself in writing. And it's going to be a little bit more fusion based than this one right now.